Hi students, in this video we will discuss designing a Turing machine for the given language. You can see this language, L is equal to 0 to the power n, 1 to the power n, such that L is greater than or equal to 1. This language says it should have equal number of zeros and ones, and at the same time I have to follow the ordering. First zeros followed by 1. I cannot change this order. First I should have zeros followed by 1. So I tell you the logic behind this Turing machine. Take n is equal to 4 such that I have 4 zeros and 4 ones. Right, so what is the logic behind this Turing machine is, take the first 0, replace with any variable. I'll replace with x, it can be any variable. Then take the first 1, replace with some other variable. I'll replace with 1. Right, take the first 0, replace with the variable. Then I have to replace 1 with any other variable. So in which direction I have to travel? I have to travel towards right. You know Turing machine has a read-write head, and I have to specify the direction to this read-write head, whether it should move in right or left direction. Once this replacement is over, once this 1 is replaced to y, again I have to travel towards left, take the first 0, replace with x. Right, then travel towards right, take the next 1, replace with 1, so that I can check whether I have equal number of 0 and 1. Whether I have equal number of 0 and 1. Right, so this is the logic behind my Turing machine. Right, so here I am taking n is equal to 4 and I am making an assumption like first 2 iterations are over. If the first 2 iterations are over, first 2 zeros it will be replaced with x. Then I will have 2 more zeros. Next 2 ones are replaced with y. Then I have 2 more ones. Right? Assume the condition, the state of your Turing machine is this. Right? So first 2 iterations are over. I have to do the next 2 iterations. Assume like this and take the state of your Turing machine like this, and you can proceed writing your transitions. You know initial state is Q0, right? You can write the transitions delta of Q0, it is reading 0. So Q0 when it reads 0, right? You know I have to replace this 0 with x. So while making a replacement, you can make a state change. Right, while making a replacement, make a state change, replace, and then specify the direction for your read-write head. So Q0, I'll make a state change Q1 and then specify the replacement. 0 is replaced with x. Then you have to specify the direction of your read-write head. Direction of your read-write head. I am specifying it should move towards right. You know, 1 is right to 0. So I have to move towards right. Now how my Turing machine take things like x. The 0 is replaced with x. 1 more 0. Then y, 1, 1. I take n is equal to 5. So I'll have 1 more 0 and 1 more 1. So Q0, 0, this 0 is replaced with x. So I have now 3x and my read-write head is moving towards right. What is the state? Q1. Q1 now it is pointing towards 0. Once the replacement is over, you have to get the next one. That is first 1, and you have to replace with y. Until you get your first one, just travel towards right. Just travel towards right. Don't make any changes to your Turing machine. Now, what is the state? Q1, Q1, it is reading 0. As I told, don't make any changes to your Turing machine, just travel towards right. So Q1, 0 remains same and I am traveling towards right. Now my read right hand points to next 0. Q1 comma 0. I will be using the same transition. Q1 0 remains the same, but the direction of your read right hand is right. Q1. Now Q1 is pointing to Y. Q1 is pointing to Y. As I told, until you reach your first one, just travel towards right. Don't make any changes to your Turing machine. So even this state remains the same and this Y remains the same, but I will be traveling towards right. Q1. Now Q1 comma Y. I will be using the same transition. Again the direction is right. Now Q1 is reading 1. Delta of Q1 reading 1, which is equal to 1 has to be replaced with Y. I have to make a replacement, so I have to make a state change. Q1 is changed to Q2, 1 is replaced with Y. Now the direction of your read right head is, it should move towards left. Y towards left, take the next 0, replace with X. So the direction of your read right head is left. Now how it will be? 0, 0, Y, Y. This 1 is replaced with Y. Right? Direction is this 1 I have replaced with Y and the direction is left. What is the state? Q2. Now I have to travel towards left. Until I find my first 0, you have to travel towards left. Right there. So while traveling towards left, see left, you'll get a 0. You don't know this 0 is first 0 or in between zeros. Which 0 I have to replace? I have to replace the first 0. By seeing this, I can say we have 2 zeros and this is the first one, this is the last one. But how does the machine understand? So what we have to do, while traveling towards left, travel towards left until you reach your X. Once you reach your X, just take right, you will get your first 0. Right? So until you reach your X, you have to travel towards left without making any changes to your Turing machine. Right? This is what I am going to do now. Now Q2 comma Y. Delta of Q2 comma Y. So I am not going to make any changes to my Turing machine. So Q2 remains same, Y remains the same, but I will be traveling towards left. Q2. Again Q2 comma Y. Q2 comma Y. Q2 Y L. Left. Right? Q2 comma 0. You got a 0. What I told, I don't know about the 0. This is the first 0 or in between 0. So what I have to do, I need the first 0. So travel till you reach your X. And then you can take right. So you will be traveling until you reach your X. So delta of Q2 comma 0, which is equal to Q2 0 left. Q2 comma 0 left. Again Q2 comma 0, use the same transition, it is left. Now you got Q2 comma X, delta of Q2 comma X, you got it. You got Q2 comma X. What you have to do? Just take right, you will get your first 0. Right? So X remains the same, direction is R. Right? When you take right, you will get your first 0. What you have to do with your first 0? Replace the 0 with X. Now, what would be the state here? You have to check in which state 0 is replaced with X. In which state 0 is replaced with X. 0 is read by Q0 and it is replaced with X. So, I should get Q0 here. I should get Q0 here. So what is it? X, 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 0, it is Q0, 0, Y, 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 1, 1. I'll tell you once again. You have to, when you take right, you know, I'll be getting my first 0, and what I have to do with this first 0, I have to replace the 0 to x. Then you have to check in which state 0 is replaced with x. 0 is read by q0 and it is replaced with x by making a state change q1. So that state you have to specify. Now this 0 will be replaced with x. This 1 it will be replaced with y. This 1 it will be replaced with y. Right? Again the same process will be repeated. So this complete transitions from this to this transition, it is like a loop. For every iteration only this transitions it will be repeated. Again q0 comma 0. Take this transition, you can work out. So q0, when it reads 0, there is a state change to q1 and this 0 is replaced with x. Then you have to travel towards right until you get your first 1. Replace that 1 with 0, 1 with y. Then travel towards left until you get your first 0. To get your first 0, you have to travel till x. Then you have to take right. Same thing. Right? So in the next iteration, this 0 it will be replaced with x and this 1 it will be replaced with y. Right? And to the right hand you will be having many blank symbols. You know during question that tape it is of infinite in length. Right? You can place your input string, remaining cells it will be having blank symbols. And in the next iteration, this 0 it will be replaced with x and this 1 it will be replaced with y and the remaining it will be blank symbols. When you replace this 1 with y, right, you make the replacement, you will make a state change and then you will start traveling towards left. That's what I am doing here. Right? Replace this 1 with y, then you will be traveling towards left to get the next 0. Right? So you can travel towards left to get the first 0. How will you get the first 0? Travel till x and then you have to take right. Right? So q2 comma x. Q2, with Q2 only I am traveling towards, you can check here, with Q2 only I am traveling towards left. When I reach x, I will take Q2 comma x. X remains the same, just take right. You will be pointed but you will be having your 0. You have to make a state change to Q0. Now Q2 comma x. When you take Q2 comma x, this is the transition. What you have to do with this transition Q2 comma x, you have to make a state change, that is Q0. I will write in one more step. You will have many blank symbols. Right? You are here. When you take right, you will be pointing to this y. X remains the same. I am not touching this x. It remains the same. Direction is right. From here I have moved to the next one. But what is the state? Q0. Now what is understood? When Q0 is pointed by y, right, it is understood all zeros are over. I have replaced all zeros with x. Replacement is over. If any zeros is left out, when you take right, Q0 will be pointing to 0. Now Q0 is pointing to y. That shows all zeros it is replaced to x. Replacement is over. Now I have to deal with your final state. Right? In Turing machine, how to deal with the final state? You have to move your read write head to touch this blank symbol. Right? Move towards right. Try to touch this blank symbol. Right? When you reach your blank symbol, you can halt your Turing machine. Right? That's what I am doing here. So Q0 comma y, delta of Q0 comma Y. This shows you are going to deal with your final state. So in this case, you can make one more state change for final state. So till Q2 it is over. So I'll write Q3. Right there, just Y remains the same. I'll be traveling towards right to reach my blank symbols. Right, so it is Q3. Now Q3 is reading Y. You can write Q3 comma Y. It will be Q3. Y remains the same. Direction is right. Until you reach your blank, just travel right without disturbing your Turing machine. Right? It is right. Q3. Again, it is Q3 comma Y. Just travel right. Q3. Q3 comma Y. Travel right. Q3. Q3 comma Y. Travel right. It is Q3. Now Q3 is reading delta of Q3 is reading blank. Right? When Q3 is reading blank, make your final state. Blank remains the same. Just mark the read write head direction as right. This is the final state of your Turing machine. This is the final state of your Turing machine. Now these are the transitions of your Turing machine. Now for this transition, you have to write your transition table and transition diagram. This is the transition table for your Turing machine. So totally how many states we have? We have till Q4. Right, so I'll write Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4. Now you can mark the transition. Q0 state when it reads 0. Q0 comma 0. What is the transition? Q1 XR. Next Q1 comma 0. Q1 comma 0. Q1 comma 0. It is Q1 0 R. Next Q1 comma Y. Q1 comma Y. It is Q1 Y R. Q1 comma 1. Q1 comma 1. Q1 comma 1. Q2 YL. Q2 YL. Next Q2 comma Y. Q2 comma Y. Q2 YL. Q2 comma 0. Q2 comma 0. Q2 0 L. Q2 comma X. Q0 XR. Q2 comma X. Q0 XR. Q0 comma Y. Q0 comma Y. Q0 comma Y. Q3 YR. Q3 YR. Next Q3 comma Y. Q3 comma Y is Q3 Y. Q3 YR. Next Q3 comma blank. Q3 comma blank, it is Q4 BR. Right? So this is the transition table. This is the transition table. I don't have any transition for Q4. Now coming to transition diagram. Q0 till Q4 I have. Q0 state when it takes 0. It is moving to Q1. Q0 when it reads 0, it is moving to Q1. So how to write 0 slash right XR. XR. Next Q1 comma 0. Q1 comma 0 staying in the same state. Q1 Q1. So it is 0 0 comma R. 0 slash 0 comma R. Next Q1 Q1 when it reads Y. Y comma Y slash Y comma R. Y slash Y comma R. Next Q1 to Q2. Q1 to Q2. 1 slash YL. 1 slash YL. Next Q2, Q2, self loop. Right, Y slash YL. Y slash YL. Next Q2, Q2, 0, 0 slash 0L. 0 slash 0L. Next Q2, there is a state change to Q0. Right? So what is it? X slash XR. X slash XR. Then Q0, Q3. Right? Q0 to Q3. Y slash YR. Y slash YR. Then Q3, Q3. What is it? Y slash YR. Next Q3 to Q4, which is the final state. Is the board visible? Q3 to Q4, B slash BR. B slash BR. So this is the final state. This is the transition diagram of your Turing machine. Hope you understood it. Thank you.